Uh, right now, this is a good time, man, to go ahead and do yourself a favor and your due diligence and look into the Great Depression, how it was engineered, manufactured, and by banks and fiat currency and things like that. Uh, it's all based on the Templar gold credit system from the Crusades. You know what I'm saying? It's a hustle. It's a scam. They learned the ancient hustle, from Egypt. But it's like this Great Depression, man. There was things going on called the Dust Bowl. You know what I'm saying? We got Dust Bowl situations setting up in Cali right now. A lot of this is it's trans environmentalism. It's where they're modifying things to suit their Agenda 21. Like here's your weapons. This is their weapons now. You don't need money to live. What you need is oxygen. Okay? If you chemtrail the sky and it causes environmental disasters, well, you're killing people because if the air ain't as good, your quality of life isn't as good. Period. You affect it that quick. Next is water. When you poison water, it's like that's the first. You can only survive 10 seconds without air. You can only survive uh, a few days without water, and then food is next after that. So you start attacking these things. They're really trying to kill you because that's exactly what they do in war times. And another thing, like Sun Tzu said, when the armies come here, they devour all the food. You know what I'm saying? And then everyone's starving and the economies crash because during war, wherever you're at that the war is going on, the economy's all hit up. It's all consolidated to army pursuits, not to food and people's welfare, which they set up. I'm not saying like the welfare department. I'm talking about welfare, which isn't to do with government. It's like your welfare is like how good is your state of mind? What is your quality of life that you feel is good for you, not what the government says is good for you. Personally, I almost would. I wish I could just go to an island. You know what I'm saying? And fish and eat squirrels. You know what I'm saying? And snakes, whatever, dude. And just and it dig a well or something. Just sit out there, have fires. You know what I'm saying? That would be. People would say, "Oh my God." You see this guy in Alaska. These people in Alaska surviving up there, dude, with less human contact. Though they do have some tech. Why not take advantage of some of the technologies we have now? But make them work for the benefit of man, not and man's welfare, not the welfare of Big Brother to spy on us and technocracy on us. But like I said, man, the Great Depression, they had victory gardens. They rationed things. The state rationed things, which don't be surprised if they do that again. Uh, but no, people had to become self-disciplined. That's where your hoarding mentality comes from. Is from people who grew up with people who survived during the Great Depression. Everyone had you had to make things stretch. You had to go out and you had to you had to make situations work. You know what I'm saying, for you the best of your ability, or you had to get out of, like, if there's a place that can't sustain life, that's basically the worst place to be. If you can't sustain your life in your environment, let's cut off. Say you just got stranded somewhere by yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's like you got to know you could survive before you even get in that situation, and you probably can. You know what I'm saying? But there are a lot of dangers when you're on your own out there, and just you got to be very cautious. You know what I'm saying? Because it's unforgiving out there. You make a mistake, man. No one's there to help you. You can't make a mistake. But then again, you can't do nothing. You got to do something. Uh, but yeah, we're definitely seeing a Great Depression. It's set up for that. I mean, that's Revelations 2, the Black Horse. And it seems like they've engineered this on purpose. I mean, in the going on in the world, and see they're counting on your dependence to Egypt system. You know what I'm saying? So when the things go bad, that you'll continue to obey the Egypt system right onto the vaporization chamber. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're convicted of thought crime in the re-education camps, you probably won't make it out the vaporizer. But at least out in the wilderness, you could have a chance at survival. Even though they'll probably be hunting on you. You know what I'm saying? But uh, I don't know, if God makes a way for you, there's a way. You know what I'm saying? But if you're on your own, man. But we really, I mean, in some aspects, it could be coming to that point where we're on our own. We're not on our own. We're on our own against the Terminators, basically. And it's good to learn some skills now, like how to make fire from scratch, ghetto methods of water purification, uh, how to grow food, a little bit of hunting skills, maybe look at some traps, some homemade like snares and traps. You know what I'm saying? Things like that, because you're gonna need all them skills. Foraging, things that, like, look, say bare minimum, you could have something to sustain you, because that's all you really need. Because I mean, after you get used to living with less, your body will adapt so that it will run off less more efficiently. You know what I'm saying? So it's just because you're spoiled now doesn't mean you couldn't snap past that. And then, I mean, because look, man lived. We're still alive. So they didn't have all this technology, all this science, all these doctors way back in the day, but yet humanity's here now. So they didn't necessarily need all that, though that is all there. It's all in nature if you just know how to, if you know what's what. But we don't, because we've never actually had to even think about that too much. I mean, them country boys, the mountain men, hunters. I mean, a lot of hillbillies. No disrespect to hillbillies. You know what I'm saying? They know how to survive. I mean, so there's Indians out there. They know how to survive. You know what I'm saying? They had to, because they didn't have all the income like regular cities do, so they had to scrounge a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Eat that deer, man, and get them skins, and you know what I'm saying? Things like that. But yeah, man, that's uh this is essential. But I mean, seriously, you could survive out here, dude, if you just had enough space and people left you alone. You know what I'm saying? People might not even realize that you're even there, and that's like how you really should be living. It's almost like you're here, but you ain't here. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're not gonna leave too much of a mark anyway, because it's, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, this life isn't. I mean, it's worthy of enjoying, but you can't cling to it to that extent where you're afraid to that you're gonna be forgotten, because then you really ain't understanding what life is. It's not about self glory. You know what I'm saying? Or becoming godhood. It's not even that. No, it's actually humble yourself and live as a man, like you are. You know what I'm saying? But people like to on you all the time. Same thing with this. We conquered the land. We put our skyscrapers and our monuments on it, and then an earthquake's gonna destroy it all. And fire's gonna fall out the sky on it. You know what I'm saying? And these guys were all so proud of their cities and their, you know what I'm saying, iron fist imprinted in the earth with their geomancy. You know what I'm saying? And then we forgot about what it looked like before man was around. And all you got to do is just go out to the woods. There you go. Here's another one. Just go to the woods here and there a few times. Tap into the animal internet. Scope the layout. Go jogging. You know what I'm saying? Throw some rocks. You know what I'm saying? Kick some sticks. And reconnect, man. I'm telling you, because one thing about this artificial, even this machine right here and the internet, it's real, but it's artificial at the same time. I can go tap into all these things I'm watching people tap into. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta, what you see on here, go do it. You know what I'm saying? Basically, I mean, if it's good, go do it. If it's something like, you don't want to do everything you see. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, but what's good, yeah, go try it. Learn it for yourself, man. You may benefit and profit in the future. You may be responsible for mankind being in the future. You know what I'm saying? Instead of the people that, like, people are going to go, oh, who's responsible for scorching the sky? They're not going to say it's the machines. It was man that did it. You know what I'm saying? Instead, you could be the guy known as the one guy who made it through the Armageddon. He carried on, you know, or just mankind. I wouldn't say civilization, because civilization is so not civilized. And you know, that would be a good legacy You know what I'm saying? But let that man be humble. You know what I'm saying? Who did it? He just, if it wasn't in the plan, it wouldn't happen. So just you got to look back at history, man, for the reminders, and because history does repeat itself. What was shall be again. Uh, so get that Great Depression, see why it happened as well, because there's a deeper conspiracy, literally, behind it. And then you see the Dust Bowl, because these are two things that you might. It's good to have in your collective consciousness right now. You know, and here's another thing. Like I said, man, reservations and peace treaties with the Indians. Look at that, dude. That's another thing. That's how you can see where Hitler got his ideas from with his extermination policies over there in Germany. I mean, you can't deny the connections once you acknowledge them. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, yeah, man, that's history lesson for the day. Great Depression, Dust Bowl, and then what? Victory Gardens.